Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Dynasty3890 here with another MLB 16 The Show Diamond Dynasty video. Today we're going to be doing a roster prediction for June 10th. This is upcoming Friday. We're going to be going through every single team. We're going to give you a player on every single ball club. So your team will be covered. And I want to know in the comments down below, if I didn't pick a guy who you think should be deserving of a downgrade or an upgrade, let me know who you think I should have picked. I always want to know what you guys think, and maybe if they keep it up for another week, I'll include them in next week's roster prediction. And if you guys do enjoy this video, make sure you hit that like rating so I know you guys want to see more of these every single Wednesday. Now, we got that out of the way. Let's get into the players. First off, we're going to the Baltimore Orioles. We're going to Mark Trumbo. He has 19 home runs this year. I think he deserves an increase in power, especially versus righties. I know he mashes lefties. He's been hitting righties this year as well. I say give him a +2, put him at an 82 overall. And his value right now is actually going pretty high. So if you guys have some, make sure you sell him. He's like around 700, 800 stubs. So, I mean, if you need a power bat off your bench, he's an option, or just sell him. He is a 5-star today. He's been a 5-star a lot recently. Moving on to the Boston Red Sox. I'm actually going to a downgrade, even though their offense is insane. Their pitching has been just as bad. We're going to Koji Uehara. He's been giving up a lot of hits and walks this year. His whip's not too well. He also has a 4.57 ERA. I say a decrease of 2. Put him at an 85. He'll still be a gold, but barely a gold card. Moving on to the New York Yankees. The Bronx Bombers, we're going to Carlos Beltran. He's having a little resurgence while he was a DH. He's now kind of back in outfield with A-Rod back at DH, but he has 14 home runs this year. He only has 69 and 57 power. I say boost that up enough to give him a +2, make him an 80 overall. Moving on now to the Tampa Bay Rays. We're going to Evan Longoria. Started off the year as a gold, was struggling. He's a silver. We're going to move him up 1. He'll still be a silver. He'll be an 84. But he has 14 home runs just like Beltran. Again, his power is just not high enough, I think, for that power he's shown this year. So give him a little bit of increase, especially versus righties. Make him an 84 overall. Moving on to the Toronto Blue Jays. Marco Estrada has been amazing this year for him. He has a 2.41 ERA. I say he hasn't really been giving up a lot of hits as well as home runs. Home runs haven't been amazing, but his home runs per 9 is only 46. Increase both of those. That puts him at +2. Make him an 83 overall. But like I said, an ERA of 2.41 this year. Moving on to the Chicago White Sox. I mentioned him last week. He didn't get the upgrade. I think he's due this week. It's the Todd father, Todd Frazier. He has 18 bombs this year. Give him a +2. And due to an increase in power, especially versus right, 73 power versus right, he has 18 home runs. Doesn't make sense to me. Moving on to the Cleveland Indians. We're actually going to go down a little bit here. He is a 72 overall. Here we go. Jose Ramirez. You're thinking, why am I picking Jose Ramirez? Well, he's in 315 this year. I say give him a +4. Look at that contact, 66 and 60. He's hitting over 300. Increase that. Give him a +4 rating. He'll be a 76. Not a silver, but if you're an Indians fan, there you go. You got one of your players playing really well this year. Moving on to the Detroit Tigers, a player I mentioned last week. He didn't get a downgrade. I think he will this week. Jose Iglesias, only hitting 233, but his contacts are in the upper 70s or mid 80s. It's got to go down. I say a -3 overall. Put him at an 80. Moving on to the Royals. It's not really a stretch, but it's all the way down the bottom. It's Ching-Ming Wong. If the name sounds familiar, it should. Former New York Yankee. I think he won 19 games one year with them. I know I don't care about wins, but that might help you remind you who he was. He only has a 55 overall. Yeah, he has a 2.08 ERA in 21 innings out of the bullpen. I say give him a +8. He'll still be a common card, so you can't quick sell him, but he should get an upgrade, and I think he will. Moving on to the Minnesota Twins. Eduardo Nunez. He's hitting 335 with 7 home runs this year. I say give him a +3. A little bit in power and a lot in contact, especially versus left. Put him at an 82 overall. Now to the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. We're going to be going down to Yunel Escobar. He is hitting really well this year at 311. I say give him a +1. Make that contact versus right about an 80. That puts him at an 80 overall as well. Moving now to the Oakland Athletics. We are going to be going down to Josh Reddick. He's batting .322 this year. Not much of a contact guy in his past. Mostly a power guy. His power has been relatively what you would expect, but his contact should go up a little bit. He's batting .322, say a +2. Increase that contact versus right. He's an 81 overall, I think, on Friday. Moving on now to the Seattle Mariners. We're going down. Again, this one's a little bit of a stretch, but he's been raking this year, so I want to give him a little bit of prop. Dae-Ho Lee. first baseman. He's batting .305 with 8 home runs. Really well for them. I say give him a +7, puts him at a 70 overall. He will then be a bronze card. He's actually playing as a 70 overall today with just a 3-star inside edge. So I think he's well deserving of an upgrade. Moving on to the Texas Rangers, we're going now down to Nomar Mazara. He has just been raking this year. Rookie, one of the top prospects in baseball. He's hitting .319 with a .370 on base and 10 home runs. I see an increase in contact, power, and discipline. Put him +4, put him at 80 overall, jumps up to a silver. Hopefully get a pitcher for him too. I hate all these generic pitchers for a lot of these players. Now to the Houston Astros. We're going down to their catcher, or one of their catchers. If I can find him. I think we did go past him. Here we go. Jason Castro. -1. He's only hitting .219 this year. Bring that contact down around 50 for right, 50 for his left. That would bring him down to a 75 overall. Now to the Atlanta Braves. We're actually going to do an upgrade for the Braves. Julio Teheran, their best pitcher this year. He only has a whip of 1.05, but yet his walks per 9 and hits per 9 are only in the upper 60s, low 70s, and a 1.05 whip is very solid. Increase both hits per 9 and walks per 9, and I think he gets a +2 overall. Now to the Miami Marlins. We're getting a card going to gold now with Christian Yelich. He is raking this year with a .328 average, a .419 on base. I see an increase in discipline and contact, especially versus lefties, and I see him going up 2 overall to an 86 overall. Now to the Washington Nationals. We're going to Joe Ross. He has a .237 ERA. He's only allowed 4 home runs this year, so I see an increase in home runs, maybe an increase in hits to help with that earned run average. I see a +2 to an 82. He's been very solid for them this year. Now to the New York Metropolitans, or commonly known as the Mets. We're actually going to Thor. Thor, I say, is getting a +2, guys. He's just been killing it this year. He's Ks per 9. He's struck it over 90 and 70 in 2/3 innings. I think he should get an increase in Ks per 9, maybe to like the low 90s. Also, he's only allowed 4 home runs this year, but his home runs per 9 is at a 55. That should go up a lot to like a 65 or a 70. Do that, he gets an upgrade of 2. So I'm going with Noah Syndergaard for an upgrade. So he will be the Mets' best pitcher overall-wise, at least in my opinion, on Friday. Now to the Philadelphia Phillies. We're going to Abdul Herrera. He's been great this year with a .320 average and a .428 on base. I say we get an increase in discipline and contact, mostly in discipline, maybe like up to an 80, 82. Give him an upgrade of a 1 overall to an 84. Not a gold yet, but very close. Could be a gold if he continues hitting well the rest of the year. Now to the Chicago Cubs, the best team in baseball so far this year. John Lester's been amazing recently. He has a .206 ERA. He has only allowed 17 walks and 78 in 2/3 innings. Give him an increase in walks per 9 and just an increase in hits per 9 based off his earned run average. Make him a 90 overall, a +2. Not a diamond yet. Again, if he keeps it up, I can see him becoming a diamond eventually. Now to the Cincinnati Reds. We are going to Jay Bruce. We're going to give him a +2 overall. His contacts are only 59 and 50, but yeah, he's hitting .282. He also has 13 home runs. Maybe a slight increase in power, but definitely in contact. I give him a +2 to an 83 overall. Now to the Milwaukee Brewers. We're actually going to be going to Jonathan Villar, shortstop for them. He's playing really well this year. He has a .307 average, a .406 on base percentage, which is really well. Definitely should get an increase in both discipline and contact versus right. We're going to give him a +3 to an 82 overall. And with that speed, not a solid budget option at shortstop. Well, I'd say budget, but he's actually kind of expensive because he's in the Milwaukee set. People want to do the Prince Fielder. But if you're looking for just like only silver cards, not a bad option there. Now to the Pittsburgh Pirates. We're going to Josh Harrison. He's been raking this year. He's in .323. Give him an increase on +2 based on the contact, especially versus right. Again, hitting .323 is raking, like I said. He needs to be an 82 overall, in my opinion. Now to the St. Louis Cardinals. We're going to Steven Piscotty. We're giving him an increase of +1 based off his on-base percentage is .391, but his discipline's only 59. Increased discipline to maybe like around a 70. That gives him a +1. He'll be an 82 overall. Now to a diamond. We're actually getting a downgrade this week. Paul Goldschmidt. We're going -1. He has 81 contact versus right and 99 contact versus left, but he's only hitting .262. I don't see a huge drop in him. I still think it'll be a diamond. Just a -1. bring down contact versus right maybe to about 75. Contact versus left maybe around like 96, 97. He'll still be a 94. Still a great option at first base. Now to the Colorado Rockies. We're going down to a pitcher, actually. Tyler Chatwood this year actually has a 2.79 ERA. In 12 starts, he has 8 quality starts, which means you pitch 6 or more innings, give up 3 earned runs or less. That's the minimum requirement for a quality start. So it just shows how good of a start you normally will have. And he's had a lot of really solid starts, so I say give him an increase in hits per 9 and walks per 9, as well a little bit in stamina. Give him a +5, still be a bronze, but he'll be a 77 overall. Now to the Dodgers, and a lot of people are expecting Seager to get an upgrade. I think he will get an upgrade. Not a huge one, +1, make him an 85 overall. He has 14 home runs this year. Give him a little extra pop, maybe like around 75 and a 70, respectively, versus right and left. That will put him at an 85, and he will be a new gold. Now to the San Diego Padres. We're going to Drew Pomeranz. A 2.22 ERA. His Ks per 9 this year are over 10. Give him a small upgrade in Ks per 9. And because of that, he'll have a +1 overall, be an 83 overall. I do want to give a downgrade to James Shields, but we're going to pass on this week. Also, he got traded to the White Sox, so we'll see how that goes. Finally, with the San Francisco Giants, a little a wrinkle here. We're going to give Bumgarner a +1. He has over 94 strikeouts this year. We're going to give him an increase in Ks per 9 to about 82, 83. That makes him a 94. Also, he should get an upgrade in power. He has really solid power for a pitcher of 49, 47. Put those in like around 60. I think he's averaging like 17 or 18 home runs 17 or 18 at-bats per home run. Should get an upgrade in power, in my opinion, which is a nice thing to have when you have to have your pitcher bat. If you got Bumgarner in there with a power around 60, not too bad. I hope they give him an upgrade. They didn't when Bartolo hit a home run. Maybe they will win because Bumgarner is just raking for a pitcher. But that's going to be it, guys. We went through every single team. I want you guys to know, I want to hear, what you guys have in the comments down below. Who do you think else would get an upgrade? Or if you guys did agree with me, let me know if you guys think that's a smart one or not. But that's it for the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.